couple of things that we'd like to mention. One is Walt Walker. Walt was the first professional manager of this organization. I was going to say Walt was the first employee. I'm not sure that was actually right, but he certainly came in at a time when the Purdue Employees Federal Credit Union was a tiny little acorn, and Walt saw that there was a potential for it to grow when he came here in August of 1972. He was very instrumental in that growth between 1972 and his retirement in 1986. There are a few of us in this room who worked with Walt and know how important he was in making this credit union start toward what it is today. And we remembered in October of 1985 when we had a huge celebration because we hit $100 million in assets. And we never thought we'd hit that. Now today if you count those loans we're servicing, we're well over $1 billion. But in 1985, $100 million was an awful lot. We want to remember Walt because he passed away in February, and there will be a memorial service later this week in Richmond for Walt. One final thing here, Charlene, would you come up here?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. It gets that little. Earlier this year, the board of directors, Bob talked about volunteers and how volunteers do an awful lot, and we don't get, if you're the director or something of $1 billion corporation, you get big stock options and all kinds of stuff. We don't get any of that. Recognition is the only thing we have. So this year we decided to develop an award, kind of a career award for people who have contributed a great deal to this organization for a long time. And Charlene has done 2 tours of duty on the board of directors. She did 6 years back in starting in 1985, and was, I think, the chairman for part of that time. Yeah, it was a long time. Who could remember?
Board since dirt.
I did, and I was on it part of the time with her, so we both go back there. And then Charlene came back and was on the board for 12 years. We had term limits. We kicked directors out after 12 years, up till 2008. But since that time, she has been on the Asset and Liability Committee, helping people like Steve Brewer and Dave work through that. So the board unanimously voted to make Charlene the first winner of the Pyramid Award. I know you're not shy, so if you have anything to like.
Thank you. That's a great honor, a great recognition for me. Actually, it's sort of interesting. I came on the credit union board. The way I remember is that my daughter is 34 years old this year, and she used to sit on my lap during board meetings. So she was a little bitty girl when I started. But the reason that I got on the board was because I was on the faculty in the Krannert School. And the Krannert School had a member, a board member. There were several faculty members before me that had been on the board. So we sort of had this tradition, it was your turn every now and then. And
We still have Mark.
Once I got on there, I sort of overplayed my term. But then when I was term limited off, I asked Mark if he would pick up the sword, and he has done that. And I actually am a little worried about who's going to be the next Krannert person that comes on the board. But we'll find them. We'll find them. Truly, I teach finance. I like numbers. I've always said once I figured out time value of money, the world was my oyster. And you can't believe how true that is, when you talk to people and you sort of understand money. But having the opportunity to sort of get up close and personal with a financial institution is a really incredible opportunity for somebody that does the sort of work that I do. So, you know, I've never had a real job in my life. I've actually had the most fun being a faculty member at Purdue and having the opportunity to share the things that I've learned in my life with them in a way that's a little bit goes beyond the textbook. So this was a big part of that, and I thank you very much. And standing up here, I have to pick out one person who I think is at every annual meeting, and that's Vic Abel and his wife. I swear to God, you guys have never missed a single one, have you? And I point Vic out because my former husband, you know, some people do fall away. My former husband actually worked with Vic, so I got to know him pretty well a long, long time ago. So thanks for your loyalty to the credit union, Vic. Thank you.